We all love to believe our dogs are just following the rules, being the good boys and girls we've trained them to be. But beneath those wagging tails and innocent eyes, your dog could be quietly testing you. They're not just sitting back and being passive, they're observing, evaluating, and pushing boundaries to see how far they can go. While they may not openly rebel, these subtle behaviors can reveal how your dog sees you as a leader and whether they feel they can take charge. In this video, we'll dive into subtle ways your dog is testing your boundaries and what those behaviors are really trying to tell you. Stay tuned, because some of these signs might surprise you. Way number 1, they ignore a known command. You've probably given your dog a simple command, like sit or stay, and they followed it immediately until one day they don't. They seem to forget the command right when you're not paying full attention or when you're distracted. This might seem like your dog is acting up, but what's really happening is that they're testing your consistency. Deep down, they're wondering if you're paying attention and whether you're still the one in control. This isn't about them forgetting what they've learned. It's about seeing if you're truly consistent in enforcing the rules. Dogs thrive on consistency and structure, and when they sense an opportunity to test your boundaries, when you're distracted or not fully focused, they might disregard the command to gauge your reaction. The key here is staying vigilant and consistent, even when you're not actively interacting with them. Tap that like button if this made you realize your dog is a lot more observant than they let on. Way number 2, they block doorways or lie in tight passage areas. Have you ever found your dog lying in the middle of a doorway or in a narrow passageway, blocking your path? It might seem like they're just being lazy or resting, but this behavior is actually your dog trying to control your movements without direct confrontation. They're subtly asserting their dominance and testing your authority. Dogs are naturally territorial, and when they lie in high traffic areas, they're staking their claim. They want to see if you'll move them or if you'll accept their position. It's a quiet way for them to test how much control they have over their environment and, by extension, you. To handle this, simply ask your dog to move without force or frustration. Way number 3, they nudge your hand constantly when you're resting. When you're relaxing on the couch or resting in bed, does your dog nudge your hand, paw at you, or tap you repeatedly? While it may seem like a cute request for attention or affection, it's actually a test of your impulse control. Dogs often test their owner's reactions to these nudges, especially if they've learned that nudging leads to petting, treats, or attention. If you consistently respond by petting or interacting with them when they nudge you, they quickly learn that they can control you with this simple behavior. While it might feel affectionate, this is your dog pushing to see if they can control when and how they get attention. To prevent this, set clear boundaries about when and how you interact. Only give attention when your dog is calm, so they learn it's earned, not demanded. Way number 4, they bark to negotiate. When your dog barks, it's often clear they want something, whether it's attention, a treat, or to go outside. But sometimes, the barking seems less like a request and more like a negotiation. Dogs are keen observers of human behavior, and when they bark and pause to watch your reaction, they're testing how much they can manipulate the situation. For example, your dog might bark loudly at the door, then wait to see if you'll react by letting them out or giving them attention. This pause is their way of gauging your willingness to negotiate. They've learned that barking gets results, and now they're trying to see just how far they can push. If you consistently give in to their barking, they'll keep testing those boundaries. To avoid this, be firm in your responses and avoid rewarding the barking behavior. Stay consistent, and your dog will learn that barking isn't a means of negotiating with you. Way number 5, they take food slowly or playfully from your hand. At first glance, it might seem sweet when your dog gently takes food from your hand or plays with it before eating. You may think they're just being careful or enjoying the moment. In reality, this slow or playful behavior can be a quiet way for your dog to test who's really in control. Unlike intense situations, low-pressure moments like treat giving offer a safe opportunity for your dog to explore boundaries without causing tension. By hesitating or playing with the food, they're not showing politeness. They're gauging how much control they have over the situation. This doesn't mean your dog is trying to dominate you aggressively. It's simply part of how dogs learn about their place in the social structure. If you constantly offer treats in a passive or casual way, they may start to feel like they're leading the interaction. Way number 6, they play rougher with you than with other people. Does your dog play rougher with you than with other people? If your dog tends to jump on you, bite lightly, or play more energetically than with others, it's not necessarily a sign of affection, it's a subtle test of your boundaries. Dogs often test the limits of their interactions with their owners, especially when they know they can push a little further with you than with others. This behavior is a way for your dog to see how much they can get away with. They want to know if you'll tolerate rough play or if you'll set boundaries when they go too far. If you consistently let them play rough, they may push this behavior even further. Stay firm and stop it when needed to teach them what's acceptable. If your dog's ever treated you like their personal wrestling buddy, hit like and let us know in the comments how you handle it. Way number 7, they delay returning the toy in fetch games. In fetch games, does your dog delay returning the toy or take their time bringing it back to you? It may seem like they're teasing you, but they're actually testing control over the game. By delaying the return of the toy, your dog is subtly controlling the pace of the game and trying to regulate how much interaction they get to have with you. They are testing the rhythm of the game and seeing how you react. To keep things on track, set clear rules and reward quick returns with praise or treats. This helps reinforce that you're the one guiding the game, not them. Way number 8. They stare directly at you without blinking after doing something forbidden. When your dog does something they know is forbidden, like chewing on shoes or jumping on the counter, they may stare directly at you without blinking. This isn't an apology or a sign of guilt, it's a test of your boundaries. Your dog is assessing whether they will face consequences for their actions. They are waiting to see if you'll reprimand them or if they can get away with the behavior. This intense gaze is their way of pushing limits without physical confrontation. They're trying to gauge your reaction. If you react with a calm, consistent correction, they'll learn that there are boundaries that must be respected. If you give in or react inconsistently, they may test you further. Way number 9. They place their paw on you repeatedly after you stop engaging. After you stop engaging with your dog, whether you're playing, petting, or giving them attention, have you noticed them place their paw on you? This subtle gesture is a way for your dog to test if they can pull you back into the interaction. They're not just asking for more attention, they're trying to see if they can control the flow of your attention by initiating a response. This behavior is a clever way of testing how much control they have over the interaction. By placing their paw on you, they're essentially asking if they can keep going. Way number 10, they come to you, then walk away. At first, it might seem like your dog is being moody, but this isn't rejection. It's a subtle emotional test. Your dog is trying to see how much you'll invest in the interaction. If you chase after them, they learn they can control the dynamic, but if you stay calm and let them return on their own, it reminds them that you lead the pace of the relationship. This quiet push-pull behavior is your dog's way of testing the bond, not out of defiance, but to understand how secure your connection really is. If this video helped you understand your dog's subtle tests of boundaries, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with other dog owners who might find it useful. Remember, your dog is always learning from you, so make sure you're teaching them the boundaries they need to thrive.